Jason makes $92,000 a year. He is not poor. That is what makes the problem so hard to see. From the outside, his life looks like it is finally working. He drives a nice car. He lives in a better apartment. He has the new phone. He wears better clothes. He goes to restaurants that used to feel too expensive. And when people see his life, it looks like progress. But on the first day of every month, almost his entire paycheck is already gone. Car payment, rent, insurance, credit cards, subscriptions, phone plan, the life he upgraded into. Jason does not feel rich. He feels trapped inside the life that was supposed to prove he was doing well. And the strange part is this. The thing that finally exposes the problem is not some huge disaster. It is a normal car repair. $1,800. For one person, that bill is annoying. For Jason, it becomes a crisis. Not because he earns nothing, but because his money has already been claimed before it arrives. That is the fake rich trap. It is not about one nice car. It is not about one nice apartment. It is not about hating clothes, restaurants, vacations, or comfort. It is about what happens when your image gets paid before your future. Because the outside of your life can look more successful while the inside of your finances becomes weaker. And once you see this pattern, you start noticing something strange. The same raise can make one person safer and another person more trapped. The same income can create freedom for one person and pressure for another. The difference is not always how much they earn. The difference is what their lifestyle demands before the money ever gets a chance to build anything. That is why looking rich is much easier than becoming wealthy. You can borrow to look rich. You can swipe a card to look rich. You can stretch a budget to look rich. You can sign a monthly payment and look rich by Friday. But real wealth is slower. It is quieter. It is less impressive at first, and for a long time, almost nobody can see it. Nobody claps because you paid off a credit card. Nobody sees your emergency fund. Nobody compliments your lower fixed costs. Nobody gives you attention because you kept the old car for 2 more years. But those invisible decisions are often the difference between a life that looks good and a life that actually feels stable. That is the difference Jason missed. A few years ago, Jason was earning less. His apartment was smaller, his car was older, his phone was not new. He said no to more things, and back then he told himself something very normal. When I make more money, life will finally feel easier. Then the raise came. Then another raise came. And for a moment, it felt like the pressure was finally going to disappear. But that is not what happened, because the raise did not stay as breathing room. It became a nicer car, then a better apartment, then more expensive weekends, then better clothes, then a few subscriptions, then a vacation that went on the card, then a phone upgrade that felt small because it was only a monthly payment. Nothing felt crazy by itself. That is what makes the trap so dangerous. The first upgrade feels like freedom. The 5th upgrade becomes a cage. The car payment felt normal. The apartment felt deserved. The phone felt small. The restaurants felt like enjoying life. The trip felt like a reward. The credit card balance felt temporary. But together, they did something powerful. They took a raise that could have made Jason safer and turned it into a lifestyle he now had to maintain. This is the image tax. It is the hidden price you pay to keep looking like the version of yourself you want other people to see. And once that image becomes normal, cutting back does not feel like math. It feels like going backward. It feels like losing status. It feels like admitting you were not really as successful as you looked. That is why fake rich is not only a money problem, it is an identity problem. Jason is not just paying for a car, he is paying for the feeling that he made it. He is not just paying for restaurants, he is paying for the feeling that he is no longer the person who had to check the menu before ordering. He is not just paying for clothes, phones, trips, and a better apartment. He is paying for proof. Proof that the hard work mattered. Proof that he is not behind anymore. Proof that he belongs in the life he used to look at from the outside. And that desire is understandable, especially if you spent years feeling like money was always tight. Especially if you grew up watching other people have things you could not have. Especially if you finally earn enough to say yes to things you used to avoid. The desire is not the problem. The order is the problem. Because if you use money to prove that you are financially okay before you are actually financially okay, the image can delay the reality. This is how people end up in a strange place. They make more money than ever, but they feel less free than expected. They look more successful, but they have less room. Their income went up, but their pressure did not go down. And when that happens, it usually means one thing. The lifestyle grew faster than the foundation. Imagine Jason gets a $700 monthly raise after taxes. That sounds like a big win. And it is. $700 a month is $8,400 a year. That money could do real work. It could build an emergency fund. It could pay down credit card debt. It could go into a Roth IRA. It could create space between income and expenses. It could make the next emergency less scary. But then the upgrades arrive. A nicer car adds $450 a month. Insurance goes up by $100. A phone upgrade adds $40. Restaurants and weekends creep up by $80. A few subscriptions add $30. And just like that, the raise is gone. Not in one dramatic mistake, in 5 normal decisions. That is the cruel part. Jason does not feel irresponsible. He feels like he finally moved up. And in a way, he did. His life is nicer, but his financial base did not get stronger. The raise created an image upgrade, not a freedom upgrade. That is the difference most people miss. There are 2 ways to use more income. One is to make your life look richer. The other is to make your life less fragile. Those are not the same thing. A better car can make your life look richer. A lower car payment can make your life less fragile. A nicer apartment can make your life look richer. A bigger cash buffer can make your life less fragile. A better trip can make your life look richer. A paid-off credit card can make your life less fragile. A new phone can make your life look richer. An extra $500 a month of margin can make your life less fragile. The fake rich trap is what happens when looking richer keeps winning before life becomes less fragile. And for a while, this can work. Until something normal happens. Not a disaster, just life. One morning, Jason's car starts making a noise. He ignores it for a week because he does not want another bill. Then the repair estimate comes back, $1,800. For a person with a strong base, $1,800 is annoying. For Jason, it is a crisis, because the paycheck is already spoken for. The rent is waiting. The car payment is waiting. The credit card minimum is waiting. The insurance is waiting. The phone bill is waiting. The subscriptions are waiting. The lifestyle is waiting. So the repair goes on the card. And now yesterday's lifestyle has created tomorrow's payment. This is how pressure compounds. Not just money, pressure. A balance creates interest. Interest creates a higher payment. The higher payment reduces margin. Less margin makes the next emergency harder. The next emergency goes on the card, and the loop continues. From the outside, nothing looks broken. Jason still has the car, the apartment, the clothes, the restaurants, the life that looks successful. But inside the system, the foundation is cracking. Now compare this with Marcus. Marcus earns about the same. Maybe he even earns a little less. From the outside, Marcus does not look as impressive. His car is older. His apartment is fine, but not stretched. His phone is not the newest. He still goes out, but not every weekend. He does not upgrade every time his income increases. If you only saw Jason and Marcus for 5 seconds, you might assume Jason is doing better. But money does not care what people assume. Money cares about structure, and Marcus built a different structure. When Marcus got a raise, he did not let the whole raise become lifestyle. Part of it went to savings, part of it went to debt, part of it went to investing, part of it stayed as breathing room. He still enjoyed some of the money, but he protected the gap. That gap is the difference between what you earn and what your life demands. And that gap is where wealth begins. If you earn $5,000 a month and your life demands $4,000, you have space. If you earn $8,000 a month and your life demands $8,000, you have pressure. The second person may look richer, but the first person may be building more wealth. This is one of the most important money ideas to understand. Income is not wealth. Lifestyle is not wealth. Approval is not wealth. The gap is where wealth starts. And when you protect that gap long enough, something changes. You stop living only from paycheck to paycheck. You stop needing every month to go perfectly. You stop treating every unexpected bill like a personal attack. You start having options. That is what Marcus bought. Not applause, options. When the same $1,800 repair hits Marcus, it still hurts. Nobody likes surprise expenses, but it does not destroy the month. It does not become a credit card balance. It does not create a new payment. It does not steal from the next 6 months. For Jason, the repair becomes a financial wound. For Marcus, it becomes an annoying Tuesday. Same problem, different foundation. That is the part looking rich cannot give you. Looking rich can give you attention. It can give you a feeling. It can give you status. It can make people think you are doing well, but it cannot give you room. Room comes from the base. Cash, low debt, controlled fixed costs, automatic investing. A lifestyle that does not require every dollar you earn. None of that looks exciting, but it changes how life feels. This is why real wealth is often invisible. It is not always hidden because wealthy people are trying to be mysterious. It is hidden because the most powerful parts of wealth are not very photogenic. A paid-off credit card does not make a great picture. A lower rent-to-income ratio is not impressive at a party. A boring index fund contribution is not exciting. An emergency fund is just numbers sitting quietly in an account. A car you can actually afford may not turn heads. But these things reduce pressure, and pressure is what many people are actually trying to escape. Not just poverty. Pressure. The pressure of needing the next paycheck. The pressure of not being able to say no. The pressure of keeping up. The pressure of maintaining an image. The pressure of knowing that one normal bill could send everything backward. Looking rich can increase that pressure. Quiet wealth reduces it. That is the real difference. And this is where the word fake can be misunderstood. Fake rich does not mean someone is bad. It does not mean someone is stupid. It does not mean everyone with a nice car is broke. It means the visible signs of success arrived before the invisible systems that can support them. That is all. A nice car with no emergency fund, a beautiful apartment with credit card debt, a luxury vacation that follows you home as a balance, a lifestyle that tells a story your bank account cannot yet support. The object is not always the problem. The order is the problem. A nice car can be fine. A better apartment can be fine. A good trip can be fine. Good clothes can be fine. But if those things become permanent before the base is strong, they can turn income into pressure. And monthly payments make this easy to underestimate. A $50,000 car does not feel like $50,000. It feels like a monthly payment. A vacation does not feel like the full cost. It feels like a card swipe and a future balance. A nicer apartment does not feel like a long-term commitment at first. It feels like better light, better space, better location. But your future paycheck feels the difference. Every fixed payment is a claim on money you have not earned yet. That is the hidden cost. When too many past decisions are waiting at the front of every paycheck, your future gets smaller before it arrives. This is why normal can be dangerous, not because normal is evil, but because normal can be expensive when normal is built on payments. A normal car payment, a normal credit card balance, a normal rent stretch, a normal phone upgrade, a normal financed trip, a normal "I deserve this" purchase. Each one can seem manageable. Together, they can erase the space where wealth would have grown. And because everyone around you may be doing the same thing, it does not feel like a trap. It feels like the standard. Your coworker gets a better car, and your car feels old. Your friends take expensive trips, and staying home feels like falling behind. Your neighborhood has a certain standard, and your normal life starts feeling insufficient. Social media shows you everyone else's highlight reel, and ordinary stability starts looking like failure. So you upgrade, not always because you need to, but because staying where you are starts to feel like losing. That is how the fake rich loop feeds itself. Income rises, lifestyle rises, fixed costs rise. The new lifestyle becomes normal. The old lifestyle feels embarrassing. The next raise is needed just to feel caught up. Then the next raise gets spent too. And years pass, the person earns more, but does not feel safer. This is why the solution is not simply spend less. That advice is too small. The real solution is to protect the order. Base first, image later. Not because image never matters, but because an image without a base becomes a bill. And the base is what gives you the right to enjoy money without being controlled by it. So here are 3 rules that can help break the loop. Rule 1. Protect the gap. When your income goes up, do not let your lifestyle automatically rise by the same amount. Before the raise becomes visible, make part of it invisible. Put some of it toward cash, some toward debt, some toward investing, some toward breathing room. Then enjoy part of it if you want. This matters because the moment income rises is when the battle is won or lost. If you do not claim part of the raise for your future, your lifestyle will claim it for you. And lifestyle is very good at making itself sound reasonable. It is only a little more. I can afford the payment. I work hard. I deserve it. All my friends do this. None of those statements are always wrong, but none of them build wealth by themselves. So before the raise disappears, give it a job. A future job. Rule 2. Keep fixed costs below your ego. This is uncomfortable but important. Your ego will usually want a more expensive life than your financial base can safely support. A little more car, a little more apartment, a little better neighborhood, a little better trip, a little better everything. But fixed costs are different from normal spending. They do not just cost money once, they reshape your future. A high fixed cost is not only a payment, it is less flexibility every month, less ability to invest, less ability to save, less ability to take a risk, less ability to leave a bad job, less ability to handle a problem without panic. So if you want to build more financial stability, one of the strongest moves is to live below your maximum, not below your humanity. Below your maximum, below what the bank says you can borrow, below what your coworkers might expect, below what your income could technically stretch into, below what your ego wants to display. That space becomes power. Rule 3. Buy nice things from strength, not pressure. This is the rule that keeps the video honest. The goal is not to hate nice things. Money should improve your life. But there is a difference between buying from strength and buying from pressure. Buying from pressure sounds like, I need this so people know I am doing well. I make more money now, so I should have this. Everyone else has one. I deserve it, even if I have to carry the balance. I will figure it out later. Buying from strength sounds different. My emergency fund is solid. My fixed costs are controlled. I am already investing. This payment does not trap me. This purchase does not weaken the base. If income drops, I can still breathe. Same purchase, different foundation. One creates pressure, the other fits inside a stable life. That is the standard. Not whether something is cheap, not whether other people approve, but whether the purchase makes your life better without making your base weaker. This is how quiet wealth is built. Quiet wealth is not about looking poor. It is about refusing to let your image outrun your foundation. It is about understanding that the strongest financial moves are often invisible at first. The money nobody sees may be the money that changes your life the most. The cash buffer, the paid-off debt, the automatic investment, the lower rent, the older car, the unspent raise, the monthly gap. These are boring moves. But boring is not the same as weak. Boring can be a shield. Boring can be freedom. Boring can be the reason a normal problem stays normal. And over time, the difference compounds. Not only in account balances. In behavior, a person with margin makes different decisions. They negotiate differently. They handle emergencies differently. They choose jobs differently. They sleep differently. They spend differently. They invest differently. They do not need every purchase to prove something. That is real progress. Not just more impressive spending, less financial pressure. Because wealth is not only about having more, it is about needing less of your life to be paid for by the next paycheck. That is what Jason missed. He thought he was buying proof that he made it. But what he really needed was room. Room is what Marcus built, and room is what fake rich spending quietly destroys. That is the difference between looking rich and building wealth. One tries to prove success from the outside, the other builds strength from the inside. And the inside matters more when life gets real. So the next time you feel pressure to upgrade, ask one question. Is this making my base stronger? Or is it only making my life look stronger? That question can prevent years of expensive autopilot. Because looking rich is easy to buy. Payments can buy it. Credit cards can buy it. Debt can buy it. A stretched budget can buy it. But real wealth has to be built, slowly, quietly, repeatedly, usually before anyone notices. And what it gives you is more valuable than the image. Room. Room to breathe. Room to choose. Room to wait. Room to handle problems. Room to stop performing. The goal is not to look poor. The goal is not to hate nice things. The goal is to stop paying for an image before you have built the foundation underneath it. Build the base first. Protect the gap. Keep fixed costs below your ego. Buy nice things from strength, not pressure, because the strongest financial flex is often the one nobody can see. If you want money explained this clearly, subscribe to Wealth Made Clear. This video is for education and entertainment only and is not financial advice.